What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about the good stuff in Black Ops 6. As you can tell, this is not going to be a long video at all, okay? There was not a whole lot of good in this game. However, I can say, as I've said in previous videos, this is not going to be the worst Call of Duty in the modern age or even in the whole franchise, okay? Not even close. I can tell right off the bat, this is going to be a very mid-tier game. And so mid does not mean awful. Mid does not mean terrible. Okay, I know this generation's youth really uses mid as like, oh, this game sucks, this is terrible. That's not really what it means. Okay, mid means average. Mid means in between, or like, you know, not the best, but not the worst. So I did want to make a dedicated video talking about some of the positive things, granted as few as there are about this game, and give some, you know, justification for like why I might play this game at least a little bit this upcoming year. I'm not going to say I'm going to live and breathe this game, okay, don't get me wrong, but I will get this game and probably try it and make some videos on it, okay? I don't know how long exactly I'll be playing this, but yeah, I did want to talk about it. So if you're interested, if you learn anything, again, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 10K subscribers. We're, you know, there, but we're also not there, so yeah, any support would be appreciated. Now let's talk about this game, okay? Starting off the bat, number one is, oddly enough, the maps. I don't think a lot of the maps are great. I'll just preface with that. However, I think that the maps that are good, like Derelict and Skyline, they are pretty good maps, and I can tell Treyarch worked on them. I feel like there's a conspiracy going around where I can tell which maps Treyarch worked on, which ones they did not, and I would just like to say Rewind is 100% not from Treyarch. Scud, doubtful from Treyarch, you know, so I think that the maps that you probably don't like are probably not from Treyarch. That's my conspiracy theory. Again, no proof, no validity, but I might be right. Again, as I've said in previous videos, Derelict is my favorite map in this Call of Duty game so far. Granted, we've only seen like 5, but yeah, Derelict is a fun map, and it feels like it's got Treyarch. You know, it's very small, very 3-lane, like a super messy aesthetic. You know, it's very clean. It's very like, oh, there's someone there, like, okay, I see him, like, or I'm trying to get him. You know, like, it's kind of obvious when or where someone is, versus, you know, Infinity Ward, the whole cluster F and Sledgehammer games where, you know, they have a bunch of like nooks and crannies for some reason, kind of like the map you're watching here, Scud. Why are there so many nooks and crannies? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes me feel like Treyarch didn't necessarily make this map. And so yeah, if they didn't, you know, Treyarch, stop listening to Infinity Ward, stop listening to Sledgehammer games, okay? Do your own thing, please, we're begging you. Huh? The other thing that I like about this game is the weapon attachments. They actually feel like they're just boosting your gun, versus, you know, Modern Warfare 3, I've got to do like calculus equations to see like, okay, I'm increasing my recoil, but that means my damage is going down, so I have to add something to damage, but then now my bullet velocity is going down. Like, I don't want to try to do no calculus equations to see like what the best class setup is, okay? Just give me a gun with 5 attachments. I really don't think gunfighter? Yeah, I don't really think gunfighter is like even needed in this game as like an extra perk, like not perk attachment, but like a greed or whatever, like an extra category. Like, I don't think it's even needed, because the guns are pretty good already. And again, since there's no negatives, like, why do we really need 8 attachments on a gun? I don't know. That seems a little excessive, but yeah, now that we're working with what we're working with, where things are basically just like an increase to like bullet velocity or aim walking speed or hip fire, you know, it's a lot easier. It feels a lot better to make classes, and it feels better to like want to level up weapons. Because, you know, think about it, when you're leveling up weapons and you don't even know what half the attachments do, like, what's the real point of leveling it up? You're just kind of like you're just doing it to play the game at this point. Versus here, it's like, oh yeah, I know this AR is like really good, but only once I get like max level with it. I'm gonna do it so that I know exactly what to put on. And I don't know, it makes things easier. It makes life easier. Just don't overcomplicate Call of Duty. I feel like they've been doing that since like Modern Warfare 2019, and I don't know, I feel like the franchise has gone downhill since then. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe some of you guys like really love Modern Warfare 2019, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the franchise kind of went down since then, and maybe a large portion of that is the fact that we have so much, you know, customization. And I don't know. Sometimes like too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. All right, it doesn't always have to be, you know, I don't know. It doesn't have to always be everything. You don't always have to have every option. And oddly enough, guys, the last thing, yes, there's only 3 things that I like about Black Ops 6 so far, is strangely enough, the movement. I went back to Modern Warfare 3 and I looked at the subreddit, guys, and Yeah, I have to agree. A lot of people were out there saying that it's hard to go back to Modern Warfare 3 after playing this game. Modern Warfare 3 is not a slow game by any means, but you feel so slow without the movement, guys. It's like you're in like quicksand or something. I don't know how to explain it. You feel really slow. You can't slide nearly as much. It's not the same feeling, you know. I feel like I gotta like slow down. I feel like I'm not like a crackhead anymore. And for those of you who've been fans of the channel, Black Ops 6 was like, or no, sorry, not Black Ops 6. Black Ops 4 was like my game. I would, you know, granted, skill-based matchmaking wasn't as thick, but I would just hop in a lobby and just, you know, completely decimate. And I feel like I could do whatever with the sliding and with the movement and everything like that. And I hope that Black Ops 6 brings the same case back where there is a skill gap to it. And, you know, I'm sure it'll take some time to master like the sliding and the diving backwards and things like that. And I think, oddly enough, I do think all that stuff is probably going to be necessary. I think that you will have to do those things in order to get good at the game, in order to have like a different skill gap. I think competitive is going to need to do that. I think you're going to have to in Warzone. The game, like the day and age of just like hopping on a game and that's kind of it. Those days are kind of over. You know, you have to get good at this game. You have to learn how to play this game again. And I think there's a lot of old heads out there who are kind of refusing to learn this, refusing to adapt, refusing to try this new method. And so they just want to play like the COD 4 where they just sit on top of rooftops and camp for a nuke or something. Like those days are kind of gone, you know? I mean, like, yeah, you can do that. No one's telling you can't, and no one's forcing you out of it, but just know it'll be very difficult nowadays. It won't be the same, okay? I think that's the main point I want to stress. And I think that the movement, while it can be annoying when you get like jump dived around a corner and you're like, what the hell, like stop sweating, I think it isn't going to be important to master. And I think that, you know, the good players ultimately will rise up from learning this movement, from adapting, from like learning, basically. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it, okay? I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't think Black Ops 6 is going to be a great game. I still don't, okay? But I will say that it has some potential. I don't want to come out here as a channel that's only pure negative, even though it's mainly going to be negative. But think about it. What positivity has Call of Duty even allowed for me? Like what have they really told me or helped me like be inspired by? Like, honestly, to me, not so much. I don't feel super inspired these days from Call of Duty, and I think that's for a reason. But anyway, I'll let you guys off there. Let me know what you guys think about this video and some of the positives that you have for Call of Duty. I feel like I talk about negatives in like every other Call of Duty video, every other Black Ops 6 video. So yeah, if you let me know, I'd greatly appreciate it. And thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Yeah, subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and peace, and peace.